Hi everybody, this is Abby with Scrap and Abby, and I am back with another Scor-pal design team project, and I am really excited about this project because we are teaming up with Viva Las Vegas stamps. And if you haven't heard of them, you're going to want to check them out. They have just thousands of different types of mounted stamps that are on wood, and they also have some that are in what they call plates, and they're the red rubber stamps, and they're just really great images. And it took me a long time, probably close to an hour, to finally decide which stamps that I wanted to work with. So I'm really excited to do this project with the stamp set. So let me show you before I get going on the actual project itself. Let me show you the items I used to create this. So this is the plate I chose to work with. This is plate 1336, and this is one of their steampunk stamp sets. And this, of course, all comes together like this, and I cut all these different ones out. And then the ones down here in the bottom are the ones that I used on this particular project. Here it is. You have a vintage lady like on, one of the dress forms with the wire. I used the shoes. This says steampunk. And then this is like a globe. It looks like a world image, but it's got like, some gears and things like that. And then, yeah, so those are the ones that I used. But you can see you get quite a few options that I haven't even cut out. Like these are all sentiments right here and here. So you get a lot on one plate of the stamp. So you really get your money's worth, I think. And I just think they're great. And I do want to say that these were given to me by Viva Las Vegas stamps, since I'm on the design team with Scor-pal, and it's just one of our cross promotion products that we received. So I really enjoyed working with these stamps. Let me set those to the side, and then I'll show you the different items I used as well. Of course, I used my Scor-pal. Let me pull this up here so you can see. I used my larger one. I do have the smaller one as well, but this is the one I tend to work on the most, just because it's just, I like the size of it. And then, of course, I used some different widths of score tape because I love this stuff. And then for the items that are not Scor-pal and Viva Las Vegas stamp related, I'll go ahead and show you what those were. So for the image that you see that I've stamped with the lady image right here, this is a piece of paper from an old vintage photo scrapbook album. And I just stamped it, and I cut it out and then did that. And then the cardstock you're going to see are a few different pieces from the DCWV Tattered Time, because I just felt that these were really the steampunk-ish looking type of papers that would work well with my project. And for the stamp itself, for the image that I stamped here, I used a combination of some distress markers, and I didn't want to use just a solid ink like I typically do, because I kind of wanted to give it to some dimension and kind of have it look more along that steampunk kind of look. So I'm getting these markers here so you can see. I used the Shabby Shutters, and then I used Wild Honey, Walnut Stain, and then Forest Moss. And you'll see in the full tutorial, I have a step out photos of how I did this. It's going to be live on the Scor-pal blog, and I don't know the date yet. But once you guys see this video on my YouTube channel, then you'll know that it's the post is live, because I can't put this on my channel until that happens on the Scor-pal blog first. So that way you guys can kind of see how I did that. And then some accent around the box you're going to see here. This is just some ball chain that I picked up at a local Habitat for Humanity. They had a bunch of it I could buy by the yard, so I used some of that. And then for the spray, I used some Lindy Stamp Gang, and this is one of their Moon Shadow Mists, and it's in the Gossamer Gold. And I just love how this looks with this project. And then for the globe image I stamped right here, I just used some metallic, ink that I had. And then I did some embossing that you'll see a little bit closer when I hold the tag up. And this also is from Lindy Stamp Gang. And it's the Twilight Bronze Slate, and it's the two-tone embossing powder. I love this stuff. I am so addicted to Lindy Stamp Gang. It's crazy. And then for the tag, I just used one of these tags, but then I actually put the paper cardstock over the tag so you can't see the craft color. So let's go ahead and get to the good part, which is the tag itself. So let me hold what I've made. Let me back up a second. Let me tell you what the project actually is I created a steampunk tag with a tag box. So you could, store your tag in the box. So if you were going to give this away as a gift to somebody, they could have a way to display this, on their desk or their table or their craft room. So that's what it looks like up close when it's in the tag box itself, and this is how it stands. And I'm sorry you guys can't really see that when it's standing, but that's just the way my camera angle is. But you can see how cool that ball chain looks around the top of that tag box. I love that. So I'll go ahead and start with the box first. This is what I use my Scor-pal for to create this box out of a piece of flat cardstock. And if you check out my blog, scrap-abby.blogspot.com, and the Scor-pal blog, which I'll put in the description below once I make the video live, then you can see the step-out photos of how I created this. It's really quick and easy to do. It's not complicated, and it's just a fun basic box that you can use, create, and you can decorate it as you wish, just however you want to do it. You can just go crazy. So you can see here I used some of that Tattered Time DCWV paper. It's got the gears on it. I just chose to go ahead and put that same pattern paper on all sides. And then this is that globe image. I'm trying to see the best way to show you. I think it's so cool, the detail in that stamp that they make from Viva Las Vegas. It has like some gears in there and some different images, and it just really takes really well with the different inks and stamping on the textured cardstock, which is what I used. Oh, I forgot to tell you, this is from Coordinations. This is from the Hot Chocolate collection. It's the cardstock that it's brown like this, but on the inside, as you can see when you sand it, it's a different tone color, and so that's what it gave it that look on the side here, which I really like. And then I just stamped the steampunk on up here, added some tiny Tatcher staples because I love that, and then just layered some different gears that I picked up. Some are Tim Holtz and some aren't. Some are just from my Junkin, from hitting up the local, Habitat for Humanity, that type of thing. And then I just used some score tape, and this is the width I used. It's the 1/8 inch score tape that I used on the perimeter of the box. I didn't have to use any type of liquid adhesive, not hot glue, and they've held. It's been up here for a while now. I've dropped this, my husband's picked it up and looked at it, and they aren't moving or anything like that. They're there, and unless you intentionally try to pull them off, but you can't even see the score tape. I just love this stuff. It's just awesome. And then I went ahead and used some of the Gossamer Gold spritz on the inside of the box as well. So when the tag is out, I'm not sure if you can even see in there, but you can there you can see a little bit. I didn't want it to be just a plain cardstock. I wanted the inside to look like the tag and the outside as well. So I just spritzed inside there once I had the box done. And then just some spritzing on lightly, just kind of around the edges of the box as well. And then for the tag, again, as I told you guys, this is the back side. This is the, I just laid some cardstock over it and then cut around it and glued it to the tag itself. I used some Mayarts ribbon here. And then this is just some different, trim, I think the eyelash trim that I've picked up. I can't remember where I bought this one. And this is just a little metal bead cap that I tied off with some sewing thread there. And then trying to hold it, there you go. This is what I used with the shoe that I showed you guys. This is the two-tone embossing powder, and I just think this stuff is just awesome. I love how that looks against that cardstock that I used. And I also put some around the edges of the tag just to kind of give it that kind of, aged look. I love how that turned out. I think it's just really cool. Like right down here, you can really see it really well. And then I just stamped the shoe images kind of all over the tag itself. Even though part of it was going to be covered up, that was okay because that was the look I was going for. And this is that lady female image I showed you guys, the stamp image. And I used the different distress markers. You can see that there's different tones of colors. And then I took some more of the spritz and went over the top of it after inking it with, and I forgot to show this at the beginning as well. I used some of the Distress ink from the pad, the walnut stain. And that's what I used on the edge of the different cardstocks and the tag itself. And I just think it gives it a really cool aged look. I love this. It looks to me like it's been in an industrial warehouse for decades, left on somebody's desk that left the company or something. I don't know why, but that's what this reminds me of. I like it, and maybe a little bit of coffee got spilt on it or something like that. And I think that's just a cool look, and that's what steampunk kind of looks like to me. And then I have just a cluster of some flowers here. I used some more of the Lindy Stamping sprays there. This is a metal flower with some bling. This is a flower fabric, and this is from Petaloo, or crocheted, excuse me. Added some bling there, some more of the Mayarts gold trim there, and then just some flat back pearls down at the bottom. And then here you can see, I'll move the ribbon up, you can see some, more of the shoe, and just how cool that really looks. It just really ties in that whole steampunk look to me. And I just thought this turned out really cute, and I love this project a lot. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this, Jess. I want to keep it because I like to keep all of my stuff because you spend so much time making your projects and you just really want to kind of hang on to them because they're like your little babies. But I might end up giving this away maybe on a giveaway on either on my blog or my YouTube channel or something at some point. I'm not sure when, or if I will. But I'll be sure to let you guys know because I think this is a really cool project. And, it is nice to kind of share your projects. And hopefully, people watching my YouTube channel would be like, oh, I would love to have a Scrap and Abby project and, design team project from Scor-pal using, the Viva Las Vegas stamps and some different, crafty items. So that is my steampunk tag and tag box that I made for Scor-pal using, again, the Viva Las Vegas stamps. So I want to thank you guys for checking out my video, and I hope you check out the Scor-pal blog and my blog to see the full tutorial on how I created the box and how I stamped the images for this image and then the one for the little globe of the world image there. And if you guys have any questions on, how I did this or the different techniques, or if you'd like to see me do a video tutorial, because I can't replicate this one 100% just because, it always turns out different when you're using the distress inks like that or the markers. But I can certainly, make another one or use some of the different images. Let me show you guys again. I cut out more than what I used because I was going to make more tags and I just, didn't get that done before I needed to get this project turned in. But if you're interested in seeing me make some projects, tags, or something like that with some of these other images, just leave me a comment below and I am more than happy to do that. I think, I kind of want to start doing more of the tutorial videos besides just the finished, projects for the different design team projects that I use. And that I make using the different products that we get to work with being on the Scor-pal design team. So sorry if I sound tongue-tied. Getting ready to leave for Seattle for the weekend, so I'm really excited. We're going there for a family wedding, so I'm getting this video done before I leave just so I can kind of have that checked off my list. So anyway, so thanks you guys for checking out this video, and again, leave me comments below if you're interested in seeing a tutorial, and if you have any questions on the different techniques or anything that I used, I'm more than happy to answer them and do a video if you guys would like that. And then I think I will actually end up giving this away. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet. It won't be off of this video, so don't feel like you need to comment or to get the to be entered into the giveaway, so to speak. I'm gonna hang on to this for a little bit. Wait, I've got school starting here pretty quick for my kids. My son's starting his senior year, and then I work for the school district, of course, so it's gonna be crazy once all the teachers and stuff get back to work. So probably I need to give it some time before I kind of get this going, but I do want to go ahead and probably do this as a giveaway of some sort. So kind of check back for that, and I will do a video about that, so you guys have all the information and details if you're interested in winning this project from me. So I will see you guys later. I'm going to stop rambling, and I will see you next time. Happy crafting. Thanks, guys.